there's probably four key groups of risks that we look at. And you've got your societal risks, your political risks, your technology or natural risks, and also risks around the business environment. And where we're seeing increasing activity is around typhoons and related events. In July alone, we had $10 billion of natural catastrophe insured events in Asia alone. And that is really having an impact on businesses' continuity and obviously on the economies that they're operating in. So we see that as a major exposure here in Asia due to the urbanization and the move towards the coastal regions, as well as the increase in infrastructure, the insured values, and the number of companies that are operating in these economies is really increasing the value at risk, which is why the insurance industry is taking a very close look at what we can do to help businesses become more resilient in facing those risks. If you look back over the last 100 years, the companies that were in the Fortune 500 at the beginning of the century were all asset-heavy, very asset-heavy companies. And they had revenue generated from the production that those assets created. If you look at the Fortune 500 now, you have a lot of companies that are technology companies, the Amazons, the Facebooks, the Alphabets, and they're generating income not necessarily from a physical asset, but from intellectual property. And that has created a considerable shift. And the losses now are stemming more from the economic side rather than the pure physical side. Historically, the insurance industry has been very good at protecting the physical assets, the properties, and the production facilities of the companies in the past. Now what we're seeing an increased demand for is revenue protection around how do we ensure the intellectual property of our businesses, how are we competing against our competitors, and they're looking for the insurance industry to provide support and solutions around that element that really has shifted over the last 100 years. But one is, how do we provide insurance solutions to our customers that help them compete in their marketplace? How do we provide insurance to a broader part of the community? How do we solve protection gap issues? So I think the trend will shift more towards very, very much customer-centric and customer-driven insurance solutions rather than relying on the traditional lines of business. We want to see new, more tailored solutions. We're interested in seeing how we can provide solutions that help customers differentiate themselves. So a good example might be a hotel chain that would like to offer a benefit to its guests in the event of a typhoon, where they provide a free night to that hotel guest that's obviously had a disruption to their trip. They could use insurance, an insure rate type solution, to offset the risk of that promotion or that offering, but at the same time allow them to attract more guests because the hotel next door perhaps doesn't have that offering. I really do think that as we move forward, the insurance industry is going to become very, very much more tailored. You'll be able to create more bespoke solutions. The industry and the economy is shifting. We're becoming a digital economy, and the exposures are going to shift as part of that digitalization. And as we move forward, as an industry, we need to keep up with that, both in the offering of how we distribute and service our clients and brokers using technology, but also how technology changes the exposure that our customers are facing, and make sure that we're able to keep up with that and offer the solutions that they need as their businesses grow and develop.